Stephen A. Smith had quite the rant earlier this week. He's going on vacation like a lot of the rest of us, a lot of people in sports media at this time of the year. It's a slow time of the year. But on his way out the door, he fired some shots at Marcellus Wiley and perhaps even yours truly. We'll start with shot number 9. This is Stephen A. Smith just getting himself worked up about his critics and haters and what he's planning to do when he returns. Let's play shot number 9.
Let's go down the list. They got on me for playing solitaire for a couple of minutes during the NBA game. Even contemporaries on other networks were talking about me. And of course, you know, a couple of people in the podcast stratosphere used to be in sports, but now can't get a damn job. So their job all of a sudden is being a media critic instead of covering sports. But we won't go there.
He didn't go there, but he did go there. Is he talking about you and Marcellus Wiley? Who's he talking about there?
No. Well, wait a minute. First of all, here's the thing. Isn't he one of those tough guys from the Bronx? Or, one of those boroughs of New York where everyone thinks they're tough? They all had 50 street fights. They all have bodies. And they all talk like they're Nino Brown. Why don't you just name names then? Seriously, I don't understand. Yeah, because I'll be a tough guy. I'm from New York. Okay, that's the most worthless thing. Like, one of my pet peeves in boxing is when certain fighters from East Coast City, well, I'm from blank city. And I've said, it doesn't matter. It's never won a fight. It is absolutely it's probably the most inconsequential thing in boxing right now is I am from East Coast City. Honestly, some of them are the biggest frauds in the world. I hate to say it because they used to be some great fighting cities. But if Steven is going to go all Nino Brown here, name names. Name names. Just say them. Seriously, just say the names.
He does make it clear later on that he's talking about Marcellus Wiley. He never names Marcellus by name, but he gives you all the clues. But he seems really defensive about the round of criticism he's been getting here of late, particularly the solitaire deal during the NBA Finals. Here he is, let's play shot number 2, where he defends playing solitaire.
Were you around when I worked over 325 days this calendar year? I'm talking about the last 365 days, not since January 1st. Were you around? I love how y'all trying to find something. I really, to my man Rashawn and Griff and everybody, I got an announcement to make. I really have made it. I really, really have. I have made it. Stop the presses. I've made it. Because y'all are making news. It was on the back pages because I was playing solitaire. I said it was during the timeout. Somebody said it wasn't during the timeout. Well, when the timeout finished, I was still playing it in the middle of the third quarter. And did you see me do 2 hours of pregame? ESPN and then ABC? You see me do halftime? Did you see me do postgame? Did you see me do first take every single morning? You're just making it up.
He sounds insecure to me. He sounds like the criticism about the solitaire has clearly gotten under his skin. Awful Announcing's been writing some things critical of him. People have been publicly critical of him. Bobby Burack wrote a piece, I think, that, his contract is going to go down as the worst contract in the history of sports media. Stephen A. sounds very defensive to me. How's he sound to you?
Well, I have a question. Did he not sign up for all this? Is he not the highest paid employee of any sports journalist or broadcaster? What did you think you were going to do? Work once a week like Rachel Maddow? No, you signed up for this. You agreed to this. And here's the thing. If they made you work less and took you off some of those broadcasts, he'd probably complain about that. Again, you're going to earn your money. You knew what you're getting into. And yeah, on that solitaire issue, he's all alone. He really is. And he should just admit it and say, look, I was a little bit bored. Jason, this past weekend, I was at that magnificent prize fight between Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And you know what I did after round 5? I left. And if people have a problem with it, I would say, you know what, you're allowed to. But I just said, there's only one thing worse than 5 rounds of watching this fight, is having to watch all 10. And I just said, you know what, I'll make a story out of it. I'm not going to run from it. I'm not going to hide. And I understand certain people are probably not happy with me. But you have to accept it. That's the action. In fact, I tweeted out, you know what, I'm good. I'm gone. So again, but to my original point, the reason why Stephen A. Smith is getting paid that much is because he's expected to be at all these events. Again, what did he think he was getting himself into?
Well, he's preparing people because people are making the argument. I think Awful Announcing did, Bobby Burke, like, hey, this guy's overexposed. That he's doing too much and it's kind of blowing up in his face. And, you know, this whole tough guy routine and all of that is a deflection away from, yeah, I'm going to be doing less. The Inside the NBA crew's coming over here. And he's trying to now spin that into a positive, that he needs the rest and he's glad. He's kind of embracing, hey, maybe I am overexposed. He made some comments in here. I don't know if we got the clips where he's, have you checked the ratings, as if, you know, his work was part of the reason the NBA ratings did whatever they did. But Steve, he also mentioned here, we'll play shot number 3. He addressed the elephant in the room, the return of Max Kellerman. And maybe that's what has sparked or heated up some of the conversation around Stephen A. Smith. Let's play shot number 3.
For a 2-hour daily debate show, I didn't think we worked any longer. That's all. Never wanted him fired. Never wanted him unemployed. Happy he's back. Because I don't wish for brothers not to get a check and not to be employed. And that brother is brilliant. And he deserves a check. And oh, by the way, you ain't going to find anybody that knows more boxing than him. I'm happy for him. Even though his boy will lie his ass off and say otherwise because he going to get more clicks. Y'all know who the hell it is. It's unbelievable. The shit that people make up just to create clicks, because that's all you can do to get a check now. I'm not talking about Max. I'm talking about his peeps. Y'all know who they are with their podcast. You got to be kidding me. But it's all right. It's okay.
You buying that he's happy Max Kellerman's back and he didn't want him fired, and, you know, he was always on Team Max. We just didn't work to get well together.
Couple of things. He said he didn't want to see him fired. Didn't he essentially fire him, though? I mean, he's actually the one, and I think there became an issue. Me and you have talked about this, Jason. It grated on Stephen A. Smith that he was considered the second blackest guy on that show. It did. That famous Trell Owens clip, all right? The other thing is he happy for him? I mean, he's happy for him in a way that after a couple who's been married for about 10 to 15 years, had good times, bad times, have a couple kids, and then finally it's an acrimonious split, and then the other person gets married and seems happy. Yeah, I mean, everyone says, oh, I'm happy for him or her. I'm happy. Meanwhile, you're like, this son of a... Yeah, he's happy in that way, Jason. That's the way he's happy.
Yeah, I don't think he's happy for Max Kellerman. And I think part of his commentary there is that obviously Marcellus is going after Stephen A. in Stephen A.'s mind because of Max Kellerman. I think, and I don't want to read too much into it, but I think he thinks that's why, or that, you know, I'm caping up for Max. I know that's not the case. But he makes some pretty bold proclamations about he's going to end some of his haters, and he's been mellow too long. And when he returns, we're going to see a different, more fiery version of Stephen A. Smith. Let's play shot 4.
But over the process, I got something to tell y'all. I think I've gotten too mellow. I think I've been very nice, very quiet, and I haven't come out with the fire that I'm accustomed to coming out with. I actually think I've been more mild-mannered. I don't believe I've told enough people to kiss my ass. I don't believe I've told enough people you could go kick rocks. I don't believe that I've said enough about the people who talk shit about me lying all the damn time. That's going to end.
Ooh.
You're buying that. You think ESPN's happy with that clip? You're buying that Stephen A is going to come out swinging and fighting.
Well, okay, yeah, he's going to come out throwing punches. Have you seen the footage? Bad idea. If you haven't, look it up, folks. Okay. So what? Is he not listening to his pastor anymore? Wasn't that his spiritual guide? No, seriously. What happened to that? Has that guy been laid off or something? Did he get Max Kellerman?
Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.